Do I see robins? I did see robins. There's a robin right down there. It's not springtime yet, it's the middle of January. It's snowing. Hey guys, good morning to you. It's a great morning. It's sunny, it's beautiful. Just got out of a shower and put on this nice flannel shirt here. I got it for Christmas. It's very soft. I like putting on something soft after a nice warm shower on a cold day. I don't know about you, but anyway, we're Stick the Eagle here, and we're here with you, and I just want to say I'm so happy that you're here. It's a blessing to have you in my life for encouragement, to give blessings, and then to pass on those blessings to others. Have you ever gotten out of the shower on a cold day and just want to put on something warm because it's cold outside, you don't really want to go out? That's like what today is like. It's beautiful. It's sunny out there. If you open this window, the sun's out there, but it's cold and windy. Nothing like just being inside. But anyway, good morning, or good afternoon, or whenever you're viewing this. Just happy you're here. You are unique, and I like that you're here. Just keeps on snowing. Here's our fresh layer of snow out here. Today I'm sitting here on a Sunday. I will put on some Eagles football later and some other football. But today I'm reflecting because we just got off the Foothills Trail and been putting a lot of videos on trail together and been reading a lot of your comments, and I thank you for those comments. And one thing that was asked was, how has life been readjusting after a trail life? And it's a really, really good question because it has been difficult, as I'm sure many of you have seen in videos and blogs, whatever. It's difficult to readjust. And I think I've determined why. It's all because of exercise. You ever exercise and you feel good after you exercise? You may not want to at first, but something feels good. It's because you're energizing those endorphins or whatever they're called, which makes your mood feel better. And when you're through hiking a trail, especially when you're doing it every day for a long period of time, like months, you are releasing those feel good, whatever it is, every single day and almost every single moment of every single day. That's not to be taken lightly. So I've thought about that, and how you hear about everybody talking about how they're depressed after a long through hike. There's a lot to be said for that. And I'd be surprised if anybody wasn't a little depressed after a long through hike, because your body and your mind are used to feeling so good every day because your body's so active And all of a sudden, you're sitting, you're going back to work, you're doing whatever it is, and you're not getting outside in nature every day, and you're not exercising every day. I think those two things are key to feeling good every day. At least for me. Maybe it's different for other people, but at least for me. Exercise and nature. Which is why people say it's so important to exercise daily. It both keeps you healthy and it also keeps you in a good mood. And we really need a good mood in a world where I think people are getting lonelier and more depressed on a yearly basis in this world because we see the state of this world. We see people suffering. We don't want to see people suffering like that. And it just depresses us to see all these circumstances in the world today. It depresses me too. So to counteract that, we really need to help ourselves so that we can then go help others. And I haven't been doing a great job of that over the course of this fall, helping myself, because I was not exercising very much. And now I feel like I know why I need to exercise, just to keep myself in that good mood every day. Why we all need to exercise. Keep yourself in that good mood. It's worth it. Whenever we come off a thru hike, we're not exercising as much as we never going to exercise as much as we do. So we're always going to feel a little bit of depression, but we're going to feel worse if we just stop hiking, stop walking every day, and then just collapse because it's not what our body is used to. It's not releasing those positive mood pieces in ourselves. The other part of the transition is just transitioning from a simple lifestyle to a more stressful one where there's a lot more going on and a lot more to think about. Like, we're thinking about finances on a regular basis again. We're thinking about the tasks on our to-do list. Whereas on trail, it's the same thing every day. It's wake up, eat, walk, eat some more, rest and look at a view, walk more, find a campsite, eat, sleep, break camp, repeat. It's the same thing every day. You don't really have to think through it. You might have to think through plans a little bit, but even through like you're not really planning a lot. You're looking ahead, but it's the same type of planning. There's no deadlines. You're just walking every day. You don't have to meet a deadline. It doesn't have to be that stressful. Yeah, there's some times where you've made a reservation a few days in advance and you need to make that deadline. But when humans live out in the woods, it's not stressful. That's how it used to be. And I'm not saying that's the way it needs to be now, that everybody needs to go in the woods. That's not where we're at now. But we need to try to capture a little bit more of that and think about the simple things and appreciate just the simple things that we do. Like getting out of a shower and putting on a nice warm flannel shirt. Simple things like that, like putting on my soft slippers, which keep my feet warm because I get cold feet. Like, appreciate those simple things in the day-to-day life more, because a lot of times we just do those things for granted now. We just do them without thinking about them. I wish I could put on this shirt before we go to work, though, because we all have to go to work. I feel like I've just turned into this money maker sometimes, and everybody has to work to go make money to survive, and it takes away our energy of living. It takes away my energy to live sometimes by just going to a job that I feel stressed at. Trying these new strategies at, but still feel stressed at. And I go to work to try to make a positive difference for other people. Because I want to make a positive difference for others. I want to make a positive difference in the lives of these students that I work for right now. But if they don't give me the time of day, it's really hard to feel like I'm making a positive difference. And I don't want to live in a situation where I cannot make a positive difference on somebody. That's why I'm thankful for you. Because you're here And I feel like I've made a positive difference on you somehow, some way. Just by you showing up and you caring and you being here and you commenting and telling me that I've helped you through a difficult 2024, or you're looking forward to me sharing adventures with you in 2025. Those moments make me feel good. Reading those comments, hearing from you, and knowing you're on the other end of the camera, just being with me. And that makes you special. You are special just the way you are, because you are offering what you can to help others like me. Whether you make a habit of watching other hikers, even when they're not hiking, when they're going through life, because you're offering that empathy, you're offering that care, and sometimes you don't know how much that means to just give that little comment of encouragement. When on the other end of the camera, those who log for you are going through a lot too. Going through a lot to think about, going through a lot of stress, and just feeling depressed because we're not as active as we once were when we were on trail. So perhaps we even need you more now that we're not as active, because our mental capacity, our mental positivity is not there as much as it is when we're walking. And that's why I think I need to continue to try to just sit down and share thoughts with you just like this. Some of the simple thoughts, some of the simple appreciations, and, hold each other accountable for that. I've got to keep exercising more. This is the first time I've been in the pool since since summer camp, and that was a lake. I used to swim laps all the time, and now we're able to again. Thanks for being in Ashland. The sauna also feels really good after swimming for a half hour. I don't know how long I did. I didn't really keep track of it. I just wanted to break the ice in it again. Also, my wrist has been kind of off since the night on the Foothills Trail. I feel like I slept on it wrong, and it's been feeling off ever since. So it kind of gave me a little bit of trouble when I was swimming a little bit. Kind of felt, I don't know how it feels. It just is off. It feels stiff, I guess, and it hasn't gotten that stiffness out. But it felt good to exercise. I might go walking a little bit after this. It's like 15 degrees outside. It's really cold in Ohio, but it feels great to exercise. That's one lesson that I've taken from hiking, and how good I feel hiking is how good I felt when I exercised. So I'm going to try to swim more. I'm going to try to walk more. So I renewed my membership, my alumni membership at the Ashland University. So hoping to hold myself accountable to that now. Embrace the journey. I used to do my marathon training runs on this very track, keeping track of my lap time. I really have not been to this place since before the pandemic. I graduated seminary in May of 2020, and this spot closed, and then I didn't come back. This was the last time I was at this place. Closed, graduated, moved on to somewhere else, and never came back, so never really said goodbye to this place. But I used to run here all the time, practicing for my marathons. I used to sprint some of these laps, really doing time trials and trying to get my time faster. I did 5 marathons back in the day. So my message today, as I walk through the cold night again, is to always remember to make time to exercise, and you'll feel so much better.
Tasha. I think I should switch that black ball. Maybe. You got an okay amount. Was it 5, 6, or 10? You got 4. If you got a big target head. What's that, another 3? Alright. I still have video of you freaking out when you lost on time, by the way. Oh, just shy of a spare. Still low 9 is nothing to complain about. Yeah.
There's a spare.
I journaled yesterday. This is my journal. On the front, it has the Isaiah 40:31 on it. Those who they will soar as wings like eagles, right? Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. So I used to have a habit or a goal each new year of journaling every single day. That never happens. But this is like book. I usually put the book number in the front. I don't think I did. I think this is book 7, my 7th journal. But usually I put the book number in. I honestly don't see it. But I put a few prayers. I keep some articles in here, like how through hiking can help build your career because of habits that you build when through hiking. When I was thinking about through hiking last year, and I just put a lot of comments on here. I have some trips from some thoughts from my 2023 trip in here, which I wish I had vlogged. That would be so fun to look back on too. Just an email that I really liked with a friend checking in that I wanted to save. Sometimes when you journal, you just gotta like look back and read some of what you used to write. And read some quotes that you wrote down, just read some thoughts, and it really brings back a lot of memories. And it also can teach you how much you've grown since you wrote that entry, like what has happened since then. like some of the bad things I go through and some of the good things. I try to write a little bit of both, but it's really, really refreshing to write some of the things that go wrong, because I don't want to complain to others. I don't want to make a habit of complaining and being that complainer in somebody's life, because nobody wants that. Nobody wants somebody who goes to you and says everything that is wrong in their lives. You want that person who's positive, who lifts you up, not somebody who brings you down and gives you another reason to be upset about how difficult life is for people in the world today. We want to focus on the positive, the simplicity, and all that. So anyway, I was writing about things yesterday, like 2024. We thru-hiked the Appalachian Trail. We started a job as a teacher. I'm thankful that somebody else took a chance on me and gave me that chance. We also reached 2,700 subscribers on YouTube, which I could not even imagine. I could not expect that. I did not expect that. To have so many wonderful people following along for the journey, for the ride, for the reflections together. That's what I want to do more of, just reflect together more, because we're here to help each other grow, I think. That's what I want to be here for. But as I look forward, and as I look forward into 2025, I realize that it's my last year in my 20s. I'm turning 29 tomorrow, Monday, January 6th. And it's my last year in my 20s. I feel like sometimes I don't want to get older anymore. I'd prefer to just get younger. But I'm not the youngest I will ever be, and I have decided that I need to continue to seek more adventure. I'm more fit and I will live longer if I regularly exercise. Exercising is important. So 2025, I'll visit 2 new continents in my goal of visiting all 7 continents. I'll camp and hike some more. I'll figure out if I'm staying in the teaching job. There is something to be said for sticking with a job. I'll have to see if it's offered for me, first of all, once May comes around. But there's something with saying you're going to stick it out. You're going to stick with it. But there's also another thing to be said when you have to pay attention to your mental health too and take care of yourself. But the sad part is I do need to continue to hold jobs, because you need to continue to have ways to make income and save for adventures that I want to lead you all on, unless you somehow got 10,000 more viewers on a regular basis to make as much money as I'm making, which is unlikely. That's not going to happen. So we need to continue to work and try to find things that fulfill us and help others, and don't give up on people, even when they are difficult sometimes. So, and I'm also wondering about, meeting new people, meeting Mrs. Right if I ever do. But you know what? You can't worry about things like that. We just have to live our life and go from there. So, just use every day to do whatever good you think you can, both for others and for yourself. One goal I have for this year is to not stay so late at school, to try to find some way to come back earlier and have a little bit more time in the evenings here away from the school environment, so I don't just completely get exhausted. Even if I have to bring grading home, I think it will help for me to relax, debrief a little bit, have a good dinner, maybe talk to you, and then do extra grading. And break it up a little bit rather than doing it all in one. It's my theory anyway. Maybe you have some thoughts too that you've gained from the simplicity of life. But anyway, the biggest thing right here is just to keep exercising. Whatever you can do, find some way to stay active. Get out there in the world. I'm trying to close this zipper. You ever be frustrated when you're trying to close a zipper and it's not doing the thing you want it to be doing? I got it though. I got it. What was I saying? What were we talking about? Just get out there and do something. It might not be hiking for you. It might not even be nature for you. But I've found that getting out into the world and doing things with others really helps. It helps a lot to just leave your cocoon for a while. Go see a friend. Go out, even just go out of the store. I was walking around, just went to Barnes & Noble to meet somebody yesterday, and just was walking around the store, not doing much of anything, but just looking at books. It's like, oh, yeah, religious books, like the religious section, find the religious section. And I recognized that book. I bought that book, but I never read it. And it just reminded me the power of reading. Or went to the children's section. I was like, I remember that book from my childhood, and I read these whole children's stories. I read Corduroy, which I hadn't read in like probably over a decade, if not more. Make Way for Ducklings, which is a beautiful little book based in Boston. Just seeing some of those books from my childhood were fun too, and it gave me a change of pace. And then I even had an idea for playing games with the school, with students. So I made these little cards. I'm gonna cut these up so they draw and make teams, and I made these point cards. I might even try some Jeopardy. I don't know, something to break up the learning and make it less monotonous for the students, and see if that helps the springtime a little bit. So we'll see how the spring goes. I have to go back to school tomorrow, but you know what? I'm going to go in positively, as we each need to go into everything, each new thing. Go in positively, take whatever positive you can, and dream of the success. Dream of the success you want to see, because if you don't dream of the success, if you're not envisioning success, you're less likely to believe in the success happening. God bless you all. Thank you for those of you who keep following, and I wish you all a beautiful day, because it is a beautiful day. And always remember that you are you. You don't need to change who you are to be special. I am so thankful that you're here, and so thankful for all the other people you impact positively just because you're you. God bless you.